You know, being a parent is the most rewarding job in the world, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. I wanted to be firm, but I also didn't want to be too harsh. It was a real learning moment for me. That's when I realized that discipline is not about punishment, it's about guidance. It's about finding that delicate balance between wisdom and compassion. It's about teaching our children right from wrong, while also showing them unconditional love and understanding. And let me tell you, it's a journey, not a destination. In this video, we're going to delve into the heart of biblical discipline, exploring scriptures that offer timeless wisdom for raising responsible, empathetic, and kind human beings. We'll discover how to create a nurturing environment where our children can thrive while learning valuable life lessons along the way. So, let's embark on this journey together. Proverbs March 11:12 tells us, "My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves." Think of discipline as a parent's way of saying, "I love you enough to guide you, to protect you, even when it's hard." It's not about instilling fear, it's about nurturing growth. It's like a gardener tending to their most prized rosebush, pruning away dead branches to allow for new, beautiful blooms. Our children are like those roses, and our discipline is the care we give them to help them blossom. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it." We all need boundaries, right? Imagine driving down a road with no signs, no lane markers, chaos. That's what it's like for a child without clear boundaries. When we set clear expectations and loving limits, we're not being mean. We're providing a roadmap for our children to navigate the world. We're giving them the security of knowing what's expected, the freedom to make choices within those boundaries, and the wisdom to understand the consequences of their actions. Ephesians 6:4 reminds us, fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Think back to a time when you were corrected harshly. Did it make you want to listen? Probably not. When we respond with anger or frustration, it creates a wall between us and our children. Instead, let's strive to correct with gentleness and understanding. Let's be their safe space even when they mess up. Chapter 4. Nurturing respect, not fear. Colossians chapter 3 verse 21 tells us, "Fathers, do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged." Discipline should never crush a child's spirit, but rather lift them up. It's about teaching them to understand the impact of their actions, not making them afraid to make mistakes. Instead of resorting to harsh punishments or yelling, let's choose to communicate with respect. Let's listen to their side of the story, validate their feelings, and work together to find solutions. Chapter 5. The Gift of Consistency. Proverbs 13:24 says, "Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him." Now this rod isn't about physical punishment, it's about consistent, loving guidance. Think of it like a lighthouse guiding ships to safety. Our consistency provides that steady beacon of love and direction for our children. It teaches them that our love is unwavering, even when they make mistakes. Chapter 6. Celebrating the positive. Proverbs 4:1-2 tells us, "Hear, O sons, a father's instruction, and be attentive that you may gain insight, for I give you good precepts. Do not forsake my teaching." Think about it. We celebrate birthdays, graduations, and other milestones in our children's lives. Why not celebrate their good choices, their acts of kindness, their efforts to do the right thing? When we focus on the positive, we're not just acknowledging their good behavior, we're nurturing it. We're showing them that their choices matter, that they have the power to make a positive impact. Chapter 7. Living our values out loud. 1 Corinthians 11:1 says, "Be imitators of me, as I am of Christ." Our children are always watching, always learning. They're like sponges, soaking up everything they see and hear. We can preach patience and kindness all day long, but if we're not living it out in our own lives, our words will ring hollow. Children learn best by example. Let's strive to be the best versions of ourselves, modeling the values we want to instill in them. As we conclude this journey into biblical discipline, remember this. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about guiding our children to become the best versions of themselves, one step at a time. By weaving together love, consistency, and understanding, we create a tapestry of discipline that nurtures their hearts and shapes their futures. Let's embrace the journey, knowing that every moment is an opportunity for growth, for them and for us. Let's raise our children with both wisdom and compassion, preparing them to navigate the world with grace, empathy, and kindness.